G'day and welcome to Dream Design Do TV with Zaki Amir. I'm your host, Peter Montgomery. Once a week, we ask Zaki a question about property investment. And the reason you should be listening to Zaki is he did this amazing thing where he created a property portfolio of $3 million in a short period of 3 years with 15 properties. Now, the amazing thing is he did this with a low startup capital. And we asked Zaki a question to find out kind of how he does what he does. So this week, Zaki, I just want to ask you the difference between, or could you explain to us, what it means by negative gearing, positive cash flow, negative cash flow. There's a lot of confusion out there. You wrote about this in your book. Could you just explain what that all means?
G'day, Peter. Yep. In the book, I wrote 0 to 15 properties in 3 years. There's a chapter on negative gearing, negative cash flow versus positive cash flow or positive gearing. The word gearing simply means is that you are borrowing money to purchase a product or purchase a property in this sense. So the key difference between, say, a positive cash flow property is basically after all your expenses, which might include, for example, the loan repayment, property management fees, insurance fees, the net result is that the property is making you money on a day-to-day basis. So, for example, if the expenses to your property are $1,000 a month and the rental income that you're getting in is $2,000 a month, then we can simply say that you are making $1,000 a month in positive cash flow. Now, negative cash flow or negative gearing, what that involves is the simple opposite, which is you have expenses of $2,000 a month, which could be expenses such as strata fees, if it's an apartment or a unit, loan repayments, once again, or property management fees. So the total expenses far exceeds the rental income you're receiving from that property. So your expenses will be, say, $2,000, and then your rental income is $1,000, and then now you're negatively shortfall by $1,000. Now the question to ask is, where does this $1,000 come from if you're negatively gearing? In most cases, in majority of cases, that would tend to come from your day-to-day job or your business if you're running a business, which means by holding this investment property, it's actually costing you money. Now, that's okay. I'm not against negative gearing. What I'm more pushing forward is that your overall property investing portfolio should stay balanced. So to me, it's all about, there's no one fit for everyone. It's all about someone's personal goals, personal outlook, and then tailoring a package accordingly to make sure they're not under financial stress if their circumstances, say, change in the future. So what we want to have is a balanced portfolio. So you might want to buy a positive cash flow property that might make you $1,000 a month. And then on the other instance, the next property you purchase will be a negatively geared property that might be costing you $1,000. So overall, your portfolio is zero, and it's not, say, let's just say in this example, not costing you money. The other important part to note is that the tendency is that if you go only for positive cash flow properties, you will definitely be increasing your income from a day-to-day basis where, cash is king. But there is this tendency that capital growth over time will be much slower or much shorter in comparison to properties that are negatively geared and close to the city or CBD. I mean, these are assumptions, but, obviously when I meet with clients, it's on an individual basis and on individual properties, but that's just the general theme. So once again, if you focus just on positive cash flow properties, you might get the income, but you won't get the growth. And then if you focus on negatively geared properties, you might get the growth, but it's costing you a hell of a lot of money. And the other issue is if you continually negatively gear, majority of people get to this point where banks do not want to lend you any more money because they can see that it's costing you too much money from your day-to-day job to keep supporting these investments. So what I do is with my clients is I tailor a package that is personalized to their situation and making sure that their portfolio is balanced. And so that's my insight on positive versus negative cash flow or negative gearing.
Excellent, Zaki. Thanks so much for that. We'll see you next week, and you make it a great day.
Thanks, Peter.
All right, guys, so click on the link just below the video to go visit Zaki at dreamdesign.do. That's dreamdesign.do.